Limit from graph. Question 8. Discuss why limit of x over absolute x when x approaches 0 does not exist. So to understand this, let's draw a graph. Now let's define this function. What is absolute x? Now absolute x, as you know, is equals to x if x is greater than or equal to 0 and is equals to minus of x if x is less than 0, right? That means this function can be written like this. That means limit when x approaches 0 from negative side, that means x is less than 0, right? In that case, absolute x is minus x could be written as x over minus x, right? Now in this case, when you are approaching from minus side, we have this limit equals to minus 1. And if we are checking the limit of this function as x approaches 0 from positive side, so if x is approaching 0 from positive side, then we are on this side, right? X is greater than or equal to 0. That means absolute x is equals to x. So this function becomes x over x. In this case, the limit of this function is x over x is 1. Do you understand? So the function given to us, x over absolute x, could be broken down into two pieces like this. Do you see that? And we see that the limit of the function as you approach 0 from left side is minus 1, and if you approach 0 from positive side, that means from the right side is plus 1. Since these two limits are not same, now since limit of this function as x approaches 0 from minus side, let me write f of x here, is not equal to limit when x approaches 0 from positive side for f of x, we say that the limit does not exist. Correct? Now let me draw a graph here and show you what I'm trying to say. Now here, what we have here is that when x is greater than 0, right? So this is your x-axis, that is your function f of x, which is x over absolute x. Now, if x is greater than or equal to 0, then x over absolute x is 1. This point being included, right? But when x is less than 0, then absolute x is minus x. X divided by minus x gives you minus 1. So it becomes a graph like this, where this point at 0 is not included, right? The 0 we are including in when x is greater than or equals. Now you can see from here that as you approach this function from left side, you approach minus 1. But if you approach the function from the right side, you approach plus 1. Since these two values are different, we say that the limit does not exist. Correct? That is how we can show that the limit does not exist for the given function. And this type of discontinuity, and it is discontinuous at 0, this type of discontinuity is called jump discontinuity. Correct? So this is a very typical and good example where we can show that the limit does not exist and we have a jump discontinuity. Thank you.